في أكبر الكتب.
Good evening, everyone. This is your boy, Joe De Niro. And I had the pleasure of introducing to you my man.
Every time you hear me, I'm empty,
PressNj.
pouring my soul out. Feel like I bear it all, like
And this brother has been an intricate part of my life for the past year or so, you know what I mean? From taking care of my boys to spitting knowledge, just coming through here and there when we need him to. And I'm glad to have him on Infinite TV 360, the podcast. Right now, some of his music, and it's one of the dopest tracks that I've heard in quite a while. So right now, I'm going to let y'all vibe out, check it out for a little while before we get into this interview.
Every journey must consist of both laughter and tears. Lastly, get a dog if you actually scared. Nah, I'm kidding. Per usual, spazzing with the writtens. Back in my bag like good riddance. Decisions, it takes wisdom. The actions of a dentist. You tarnish my name and rush you, I'm not a Simmons. This badge of honor, mine is karma, I'm free. Sometimes I ponder when I'm gone where they see. No by the love and not the wrong legacy. Wasn't the charm, it was the God within me. Willing to give a legging off of my peeps. Way bigger than paying bills is the destiny fulfilled. No longer seeking approval of a world that wanna kill. Tear you down as you build. The laborers in the field, equipped with faith as a shield. Ignorance don't make you real. Be different, bro. Give me wings long as they come with peace like a dinner roll. Started bad, I'm thinking Chris Brown got an indigo. Play your lane as if they set a screen in the pick and roll. My goal is to give and go. Be a blessing and keep moving forward. I don't need no awards, accolades or rewards. I'm getting mine from the Lord. You ever been in a place where praying becomes a chore? You do it cause you need to, as if you sweeping the floor. Missing the point is not for God, the benefit becomes yours. He has the answers, but all you have is questions galore.
Joe De Niro.
Okay, fam. I was just telling you while we was on mute, and I needed everybody to hear this, man. But sometimes I just listen to this track on my way to work. It's been a rough day. I've been having one of them days, and I just need to get back to my peace and serenity, and this is my track. You know what I mean? What is this? How do you feel about this track?
That's probably one of my favorite songs that I've ever recorded. It came at a time, like the words and stuff came to me at a time where I was going through some stuff, and I had to remind myself, of what I'm doing and who I'm doing it for. You know what I'm saying? And then the music itself, I actually made the beat. And as soon as I made the beat, I'm like, I'm not giving this to nobody. Because, some songs as a producer, sometimes when you make a beat, you like, I can hear this person, I can hear that person. I was like, oh, no.
Man.
As soon as I heard that, I had words.
I was sitting in your chair and you played this for me, man. And it was just a way to build up. Like, This is how you let the beat build. That's what I thought about. Like, Wayne, this is how you let the beat build.
Right.
And it was building and it was building. And then I was just like, it was worth it. It was worth it, bro.
I think of all the songs I've produced, and not just the beat, but just overall produced a song, I think that's probably like the most complete song I've ever made. Where like you said, there's a build up to it, there's a climax, you know what I'm saying? There's a cool down at the end where it's just the instruments where you can just think and ride. Like I think that was probably one of the better songs I've ever
done. Hey, I that's my joint. That's my joint, no doubt. But I had a couple questions I want to ask you before we just really just chop it up like we normally do. Like, when did you know hip hop was your outlet?
Oh man, I probably knew as a kid.
Like, what was it? Like, was it a song? Was it a moment? Was it?
Okay, so back when I was in like the 6th grade, right? I'm pretty sure you went through this, right? In the 6th grade, we took it might have been All About the Benjamins. It was one of those songs, and we kind of like made our own words. Like we flipped their words and made jokes of it.
Damn, you just made me feel old. You talking about the Benjamins with
All About the
with
Benjamins.
Puffy?
Yeah,
Biggie?
right.
I was
right.
grown as hell.
So this was in middle school. Oh, my bad. That was middle school for me. Oh, so like we're in class and I think we had a substitute. So this is back when we had the the boom boxes and the little radios with the big round batteries you throw in the back. You know what I'm saying? So we was playing it over and over, and I remember a few of us sitting around the radio, taking the words to the songs and flipping it and using our own words.
Okay.
And it was just, all in fun making jokes. But long story short, after I did it and I got home and I was practicing, I was like, I like doing this. I want to write my own stuff. And I would say like the next year I recorded my first song. Like 7th, 8th grade.
I mean, like in my mind, I see you flipping like a poet and then saying, I can rap.
You know what? I didn't try writing poetry until I was like a junior in high school. That was the first time I actually wrote like an actual poem.
No doubt.
And you know what? So, God bless the dead. I love my aunt Didi. She was the first person who I ever let hear my poetry.
Okay.
And she encouraged me. She was like, Preston, she couldn't believe I wrote it. Like, I was a sophomore, junior. I was a junior in high school. And I've never let anybody hear any of my words and stuff. So I said it for.
That's how I usually work out, man.
Yeah.
People want to keep that to the cuff. Like,
right. And when it comes to poetry, I never let anybody hear it. So
personal.
Right. So when I let her hear it, and she was just like, wow, that was amazing. She was like, do it again.
He said, reduplicate it.
So after I did it again, then she told my mom about it because, we were all staying in the same house together at the time. And I did it over. And then before you know it, I would say 2 years later, I was on stage rapping.
Rapping. That's what's up, bro. I mean, tell me a little bit about that journey. Like it wasn't like you just jumped out of that and went into an album. Like, I know you got a New Edition story. Like,
I actually think my first like actual thing that I did was, my one of my favorite cousins. He passed away a year and a half ago. He had a little studio set up back in Edison. So I'm from North Jersey, and him and his friend, they had a studio set up. They were like 2 years older than me. So long story short, when I went to go stay with him, because I used to go visit all the time, it's my cousin Chris. They had the setup where you got to put the stuff in the corner of the tape, the cassette tape. You put that in there, and we had to record. and we had to record, a whole song. And this is my first song that I recorded. But long story short, we recorded a whole song in one take. Hook, each one of their verses, my verse. This was
one take, Jake.
One take. And actually, you know what? I was a freshman. And yeah, I remember hearing myself for the first time. Because it was one thing when I was in middle school and I was writing and stuff and I was practicing. But this is like I was able to play it back and then we all sit and listen to it. Hearing myself, I was like, yo, I really can do this.
That's what's up.
And they kept encouraging me like, yo, P, you got it. And they was calling me Kiko, yeah.
How'd that come about?
I have no idea. my cousin Chris.
Hey, it ain't a nickname if you got to do it yourself. So
right. He just used to call me Kiko sometime. And then actually he switched and started calling me PressNj.
Okay.
PREZZDO.
I like that.
Yep. And after hearing it back, I was like, dang, like, I think I can really do this. And I started writing every day. And then my man Justin in high school, he had his parents bought him a beat machine. Sean, what up, bro? His parents bought him a beat machine. So then it was like, all right, well, I already love writing. I've been loving music my whole life. He started showing me how to use the beat machine, and I started making these little 8-bar loops on that. And he was like, yo, that's fire. So I'm like, I can make beats too.
On an 808? Was it an 808?
It was a
Kai?
A Tascam.
Tascam.
Yep, it was a Tascam joint. And we would just make beats all night. And then finally we figured out how to connect the beat machine to a boombox radio, and we would record tapes with the beat playing from the beat machine and record a tape, and we started playing it for our classmates and stuff. And people started liking it.
I mean, that's how a lot of our favorite artists or artists come about. Like even me, like DJing, I always wanted to be a DJ.
Right.
So like I'm a couple decades ahead of you. So
not that many.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, bro.
I mean,
I'll be 48.
Bro, I'll be 40 in 2 years.
Okay, well, I'm a decade.
Yeah.
But I used to get the vinyl, get my aunts and my uncles vinyl, and once I learned how to scratch and bring a track back and keep the beat going and record, oh man, it was over.
Nice with it.
It was over with one turntable.
Right.
With one turntable and the dude tape deck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And once I learned that, I used to sit up and listen to old DJs that was just like, okay, my DJ back in the day in Detroit was Electrifying Mojo. Shout out to Electrifying Mojo. Hey, some of y'all know Electrifying Mojo. You know, one day I might drop some of his music for y'all, you know, just so y'all can check it out. But that's pretty dope, man. And it's like our origin story. You know what I mean? Everybody got one. We just got to find it. And so my next thing, like, have you ever thought about hanging it up?
Ah, man, a couple times. But you know what? I would say this, right? When I say a couple times, I mean like for people, like to the public. I've thought about it, especially as I've gotten a little older now. Like I'm 38 now.
Right.
And you know, at some point you kind of start going through these phases where you're like, man, I'm too old to be doing this. You know what I'm saying? Especially if I ain't getting rich off of it, this, that, and the third. But it's bigger than when I do it for the public, it's bigger than just me doing it because I like it. It's a ministry for me. Okay. You know what I'm saying? So when I do my music for the public, it's
your testimony.
It's not even just my testimony. It's to reach someone. Okay. It's to inspire somebody. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to help somebody somehow, you know, my way, you know?
I can dig it.
So it's like the why is different. Now, to myself, I just love rap, period. So I can just rap to myself and I got 100 songs that nobody's heard.
Why is that? Why is that, P?
I mean, most of us artists are like that. If we don't feel like we've put our best foot forward, you know, or if it could just be anything, it could be one thing missing. Like it's not the right kick, or it's not the right drum, or it's not the right exit. You know what I'm saying? It could be anything. We just won't give it to nobody.
So, what keeps it going? What keeps your passion alive?
My love for people. I mean, overall, beyond the music, I love, you know, seeing people happy. I love inspiring people. I love, you know, being able to help somebody out of their situation. So if it's me encouraging them through something because I went through it, or if I've never dealt with it, but I know that I could speak to a situation, you know, because of something that I've experienced or somebody I know, then I want to do that. I'm gonna take every opportunity I can to help somebody, you know. So, I mean, that's what keeps me doing it publicly and not hanging it up, because, like I said, it's bigger than me. But you know, I love music, so I don't think I'll probably be like 73. You know what I'm saying? And still recording. I'm never getting rid of my stuff.
I dig it. But right now, I want to get into my second favorite track.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Let's do it.
So this right here, this is my joint. This is my this is my other joint right here. We're gonna let this ride out for a little bit. I'm gonna let y'all check it out, and we're gonna come back with my man PressNj.
Gun smoke killed a lot of dreams. The weed smoke begun a lot of fiends. The pain make you bend over like a low blow. To numb it all, they roll up. That's a yo-yo. The crabs see you trying to make it like, oh no. So when they pulling on your leg, it ain't no joke. Laughing just to keep from crying. Stay in the house trying to keep from dying. It seems like all the chips stacked against us. Let me dip before they pinch us. Pair of Levi jeans, black stay in them cuffs. Throw them on us like bracelets. Plenty cops be racist. Make you wanna go on the run. Low top A6. or get plugged like the Matrix. Trying to keep my aura cool. God, I'm praying for the streets. Satan praying on the streets, leaving laying in the streets. I'm laying at your feet, send mercy, Lord, mercy, Lord. Convict us to come about the churches, Lord, you worthy, Lord. I'm thankful you ain't let them snakes hurt me, Lord. You kept the grass low like a herbivore, so I can see better, be better. Look at my future, I don't see errors.
Big dreams are running away. These struggles won't catch me. For God, I live and die. Ain't good like a track me. Big dreams are running away. So long, so long.
I can't stop running right now. Problems keep running me down. They just keep running their mouth. They just keep running me down. I know I gotta get out. I can't stop running right now. Problems keep running me down. They just keep running they mouth. They just keep running me down. I know I gotta get out. You see more nightmares come true than anything. Making it is hard like Stephen Wallace and skinny jeans. Gotta have heart just to walk through certain parts. Trying to stay afloat, treading water amongst the sharks. Kids getting bullied in school because they smart. Started skipping school to hit the park. Some of us traded our hoop dreams for a few things. Make a couple ones to downtown for some new jeans. Where my dreamers at that ain't afraid to break the mold. I've been where you at. I heated the house up with the stove, wrote my goals, prayed on it and stayed on it, broke days on it. I'm speaking life to every gift that lay dormant. God gave us talent, yeah, but we need balance. You gotta make better decisions, and that's the challenge. The easy route ain't always the best route. Know that. Sometimes to move forward in life, you gotta go back. Get a GED, go to night school or something. Cause there ain't a future in social media stunting. See, we were created for more than how they portray us. Make us out to be animals folks should be afraid of. But I see doctors, lawyers, entrepreneurs, creators, judges, thinkers, art connoisseurs, husbands, wives, leaders, pastors, and so forth. Run so fast, you light up the world with your torch.
Oh yeah, this is your boy Joe De Niro. We back with PressNj. Hey, that's your wife?
That's my wife.
Ooh, she did her thing on that track, man. You know what I mean? She probably didn't even know she had it in her.
I'm gonna be honest with you.
Oh, she knew? She already knew. She couldn't wait.
Nah, you know what? She's like one of those people that she knows she can do it, but you have to give her something to do in order to motivate her to do it. She walk around the house all day, she sings. She can imitate anybody. But if you don't be like, Brittany, let's work on a song, then she ain't gonna do no songs. But if you do that and give her like a task, a reason to use her voice,
Oh, that's all she needed.
that's all she needs.
That's what's up.
She write music. You know, of course she does her vocals.
Oh, she writes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We co-wrote that.
Brittany Talley, we need you on the show.
Oh yeah.
We need you on the show.
She definitely gonna pull up. She can write
Pull
it.
up on me. Pull up on me.
She can do it though. Man.
Yeah.
She can do it. She
Yeah, man. I see her. She doing her thing, man. Model. Skits.
Bro.
She viral. She
went
viral.
viral today, bro.
She went viral today?
Bro. Between today and yesterday.
With your daughter.
With the dog.
With the
wrestling the dog. Play fight. I lie to you not. You go on Facebook right now. She got over 1 million views.
Shut up.
Play fighting against Reagan. Reagan is up on her. They fake play fighting and stuff. And she went viral. She made like $700-800 today on Facebook. Off the reels. It's crazy.
She gonna be my mentor.
Bro, she could just go viral at any point. She just figured it out. This is probably like a 6th or 7th time, like with a video over 1 million views.
That's just crazy.
She understands the formula. Like I don't understand it fully. She's explained it to me, but she just has like a gift with it. Like she's just, I don't know. She understands it.
Hey, everybody got their own niche. Everybody got their own path, you know, and
right.
It's just being able to tap into what you have to offer and really implementing it and doing it and following it through.
Right.
Because some people can start, it's easy to start or have an idea, but to actually put that plan into action and move forward with it and get it done. I think we all have that, but a lot of us, like a couple weeks ago, I was like, how some of us, remember I asked you, how do we go from an idea to actually doing it, and how come some of us can't actually do it? You know what I mean? And I'm sure it's a lot of people say, oh man, I can do that, but why? What's the disconnect?
Right.
What's the disconnect?
Well, you know what? I think, well, I speak for me first, because I know the things that I've heard, but I speak for, I've struggled with being two things: a perfectionist and a procrastinator.
And that's a bad combination from
It's
what
horrible.
I understand.
It's hard, bro. It's horrible because
it's probably never going to be perfect.
It never is. It never is. I don't care how many times I re-record something. I don't care how many times I mix, remix, EQ, change this. It's never like perfect. But what I've learned to do over time, because if it wasn't for me learning what I learned, y'all would have never heard a single song.
Oh, trust.
You get what I'm saying?
You wouldn't even be listening to this podcast right now, because I was like, oh man, I need to get this, or let me check out this, let me learn this, or let me get this program, or all I need is this one more piece of equipment, and then I can. No, bro, I could have did this with a phone and a light.
I think people's response to what I felt was imperfect gave me more confidence to keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? Where I felt like, dang, I could hear that I should have did this, or I should have said that. Other people like, yo, this is fire. This, you one of the best. And that was all I needed, because it's like, dang, I know I'm talented, but I don't know if it's good enough for people. And then people kind of gave me that validation, like, no, we like what you do, you know?
Correct.
But back to the original question, I think the fact that I was able to figure out, you know what, how I hear it isn't how they hear it.
Right.
That was able to, that's what enabled me to get through that perfectionist and the procrastination a little bit. The procrastination is me like, I can do it tomorrow, or I got to add this, or but the perfection part is like, oh man, like I can hear my breath in between that word right there. Or my voice didn't go up or down enough, right? That's the perfectionist part, that part I just had to get as good as I could. That. Nobody but me.
You hear it.
It's all internal, bro. Look, there's a million people who are talented, but the reason they aren't successful is because of their internal talks. You know what I'm saying? They have everything. They've been perfectly equipped to do whatever that is, but because of their internal conversations, the world doesn't benefit.
Yeah, because just through my life, I know I've met some amazing individuals that were like, dang, you can do that? Cooking, dancing, playing basketball.
Right.
Like, why are you sitting here with me? Like, you know what I mean? And it's that drive, it's that why, and a lot of people don't have it. And I'm blessed that you put that album out, And I know that album took a long time for you to put out, and you probably fought with yourself even on the timeline of putting it out. But I'm glad you blessed us with that album. You know what I mean?
Listen, man, I that was important for me, because when I started doing music, when I started doing it seriously, I was 22. And I started Christian rap. I'm sorry, I was 21. When I started Christian rapping, I was like 23, 24. And one of my goals was to put out an album, to get a record deal, to go on tours and stuff. I am 38 now, and I put that album out.
16 years?
Bro. Now, don't get me wrong. I've put out mixtapes. I've been on mixtapes. I've done a bunch of features. But to put together and complete an album, that was like a big goal for me, for me.
And that was your whole baby. You did that whole thing.
I did the whole thing. Now, there was 2 beats that I didn't make, but I went through the entire process. You know how some artists, they have people find songs, with a hook on it, and they do it like that. I don't do any of that. Everything is personal experience, inspiration, somebody's situation, what I'm going through at the time to encourage myself. That's what that album is. So getting it out, it was like, thank you, God. You know what I'm saying? Like I was finally able to do what you told me to do 12, 13 years ago. You know what I'm saying?
Now, not only did you do the creative side of that, but you did the whole marketing side of it. Like, where can everybody get this album?
You can get it on all the DSPs. So whether that's Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, it's on YouTube now. YouTube, you can actually play the whole album for free. Well, yeah, you can stream it for free on the other sites as well. But if you did want to purchase, you can get it on Bandcamp. At
The album
PressNj.
is called
3.
It's spelled kind of funny.
Yeah, THRE and then the number 3.
THRE and the number 3.
Yeah.
It's worth it, yo. It's worth it, yo. I promise you. And I'm not just saying that because I'm trying to get a free haircut. And
but you can get a free haircut if you say it enough times. I'm going to put it out there.
This is my guy. And this is the last thing. And then we're just going to get into some regular conversation. But I want to see you performing live, bro.
I don't do that. You kidding me?
Listen. Anybody out there listen to this that got connections in a venue? I want my man to perform this. He deserves a show.
Oh, okay.
I want him to see it live. Oh, you thought I meant
I thought you were saying right now.
on the mic? No, I'm not gonna do you like that. Hey, 10 years ago, I probably would have put you on the spot.
Bro,
but
it's
listen,
happened.
I want you to. I want this live, yo. I want this on stage. I want you to get on the show. So you're open for somebody?
Absolutely, I've done it.
Yes.
So, well, I guess we could easily segue into it. So, my first look, I would call it, was me, my man Mickey Knox, and my man DJ Big J. Shout out to both of them and my guys out in Jersey. We put together a group when I came home from college called Idle Minds. Yeah, it's called Idle Minds. It was crazy, right? And long story short, my man Mickey Knox, he found it was like a opening act opportunity, but you had to like go through like these what do you call those little it's like a show, but a whole bunch of people get to audition. But they didn't call it. It wasn't an audition.
Like a showcase type
showcase.
Thing? Okay.
But you had to win.
Right.
Because this is for Hot 97.
Okay.
So this is so crazy. You'd probably be embarrassed if you hear this. So when we did one of the showcases, the first one, he forgot his words. Bro, and we had to go through like 2 rounds to get to like the final stage. And in the first round, he forgot his lyrics mid-verse. He had the first verse. I had the second. I remember the name of the song and everything.
What's the name of the song?
In This Life. In This Life Where Life Is Over in a Blink. Yeah. Anyway.
Wait. Don't do that. Come on. Give me 16.
It was like a Tupac-esque type of song. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And he forgot his words on stage and he just froze. Like it was like 8 Mile type of thing, you know? And he looked at me and the music is playing and I looked at him and I looked at the crowd. I just started rapping his words.
Okay.
And then after I start rapping his words for a while, he jumped back into it. But for like a good 4 bars, he was silent. like had the mic like this and just was like moving, but no words coming out. So long story short, we made it through that round. We made it to the next round. And then we completed that one. And then we made it to the last one. And you know who DJ K Slay is?
Yes,
passed away?
Yes, rest in peace, K Slay.
Rest in peace, K Slay. DJ K Slay, he hosted it. And Papoose, he was one of the, he rapped.
Okay.
So this was all one big showcase. So K Slay hosted, Papoose performed. And after we performed, I remember him coming up to us and telling us how dope it was and how much he really loved it. And he kind of gave me like the head nod, like, you got it. You know what I'm saying? And we ended up winning and we were able to get on the Hot 97 act. And this is when Lean Back was out, Fat Joe, and I was popping. I'm dating myself, but it is what it is, right? What up, y'all? So around that time I actually started going to church. Okay. So what happened is we won. we have some tour dates that we about to start going on, and I got baptized. And when I got baptized, I left the building. I came outside. I was like, yo, I can't do this no more.
So what happened with the show?
Everything was a wrap.
Oh, wow.
Because this is what happened, right? As I started going to church and we were completing our mixtape, it was like 18 joints. We were probably like 14 joints in when I got like saved. And I just started feeling like a hypocrite. Cause
saying this and doing that.
Right. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm trying to change. You know, one of my uncles was in prison at the time. And, you know, I was going through a lot. So that's what caused me to start going to church. And then when I started realizing what I was doing, and I was like, dang, man, I'm talking about the same stuff, but I'm trying to change. And after I got baptized, I called them. I was like, yo, I can't do this no more. And one of my man, Mickey Knox,
he went off.
He was mad at me for like years. And I understand.
Because like that was his opportunity.
Right. He ended up doing super well. Like he done performed. He's super big. And my man, DJ Big J, they're super successful in music now. I'm super proud of them. But for a while, he was mad at me, like really mad. And actually, Big J ended up getting saved eventually too.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, but at the time I just couldn't do it no more. I couldn't feel like a hypocrite going and performing shows, doing videos, and that's not what I actually stand for. So, you know, I left the group and I started Christian rapping probably like less than 2 or 3 weeks later. It was really God answering a prayer for me because you know how when people get saved, usually they feel like, now I got to change my whole life around. You know, now I can't do this, I can't do that. But my man who got me to start going to church, it was Hezekiah Walker's church, actually. He became the president of the poetry group. So he was like, yo, being that you're my best friend, I need you to be the vice president. And if you're the vice president, you got to write something. So that's how I ended up starting Christian rap.
Okay.
I wrote a poem, but he wanted to do it over a beat. So I rapped my poem, and then we performed it in front of Hezekiah Walker, all of these famous people. And he was like, yo, this is it. You a Christian rapper now. Now, keep in mind, bro.
That's what's up.
Bro, I never heard of Christian rap. I never heard nobody do it. I thought I originated it.
He say, I'm the originator.
Bro, in my mind, I just started a whole new genre. There's nobody else out there. And I found out not too long after, it was countless people, 10 years, 15 years had been doing it. I just wasn't aware, but that's how I started Christian rap.
That's what's up. That's dope. That's dope. Hey, my man P, I mean, that's an amazing story right there. And I'm glad that he was able to share that with us. But like now I'm gonna turn the page a little bit. Where do you see how do you look at hip hop right now? Because I have my own opinion on hip hop. I'm an old head. Mm-hmm. Like my kids tell me all the time, I'm an old head.
My kids,
and I feel like they're not saying nothing.
You're right though.
They're not saying nothing.
In general, they're not.
They when I listen to hip hop, it's probably a life that I used to live. Kind of like what you were saying when you turned the page and went into Christian rap. Like everybody got a past, everybody got a story, but what they're talking about now is not relevant to me. And so I revert to the 90s, or I even go back to the 80s. Like the God MC is my guy. You know, Rakim.
I'm tripping. My fault.
Rakim is my guy. So when my kids get in my car, they look at me. But some of the music, I'll listen to Lil Joe. He'll be listening to some Rakim or LL Cool J, and I'm
his history
or Nas. He's listening. My son is like up on it, but like hip hop right now is like I don't know when they turn the page from conscious to telling the story about our trials and tribulations to money and booties.
Gucci gang, shoot them up, spin the block, get high, pass out, OD, wake up, like, do a song.
Like I'm really over it. I'm really over it. And the more it comes out, the more I'm R&B, straight R&B, straight. On one of Dr. Dre's tracks, straight R&B, straight R&B.
Right.
You know what I mean? It's like.
Me off, all right, man. Jerk somebody else off. This is bullshit.
That's how I feel. That's how I feel. You know what I mean? So, where do you see? What do you see right now? How do you feel about it?
I think music is how it always was, and Now that doesn't make sense at first, but back in the day, there was no Spotify, Apple Music, all of these different platforms where you can personally curate what you hear. So back in the day, music was filtered by the DJs and the radio stations to where the stuff that most people liked or what was most popular is what got played and pushed out to the masses. But there was always trash music. There was always music where it was like, what are they doing? They shouldn't be doing. It was always that.
Okay.
That's where movies like CB4 came from. Or like when they would call somebody a whack MC. They existed back then. You know what I'm saying? But what was good to the masses is what was put out to the masses. You know what I'm saying?
But I also feel like the people that pull the strings kind of steered the direction of it.
Absolutely.
Because hey, when who was it? Arrested Development, the Jungle Brothers, and I was all in. I was all for all of that. You know what I mean? Public Enemy. I was for all of that. But what it was is I feel like they stopped promoting that kind of music.
That's correct.
And then when I mean, I hate to just throw it blanket and put it right on one artist or one group, but like Master P and Cash Money, they kind of changed the whole landscape of it. You know what I mean?
I agree.
And once they saw that, okay, the bling bling and even their album covers were different. You know what I mean? You think about how Master P's album covers, they were works of art, but they showed I'm the Don and I got diamonds and I got gold and I got money and I got this. When hip hop wasn't even about that. It was, we used to give props to our DJs, we used to give props to our lyricism, and then we give props to what the plight of the black man or what we're going through as a community. And then all of a sudden it just made a left.
You know what? They saw and when I say they, I mean like the people in higher up, they saw an opportunity to capitalize off of our pain, our struggles, and they pushed that to the forefront. So to your point, yeah, the music now, for the most part, what most people hear, it is trash. And when I say trash, I mean like the messaging is trash. You know what I'm saying? Or some of the artists are just not really talented, but they have a good hook, or the producer is dope. You know what I'm saying? Or their look is cool, and then they going, they have a bad message, which could be like, what was Future? What was one of the joints he did with the Molly Percocet? You know what I'm saying?
Molly Percocet.
Like they can find something that is popular because. So some people, and I hate to go too far ahead of myself, sometimes people think that the music dictates the society, but in most cases, the artists are talking about what they're already living or doing.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? So with the Molly Percocet thing, drugs were already, that whole pill popping thing was already a problem. But as I would say, the urban community got into it because it had been going on in the mass. Then they pushed that narrative, you know what I'm saying? And that made it worse for our community. But it was already going on. You know what I'm saying? And it's the same thing with the rest of music. There's been gun violence. That's
since I can remember.
You know what I'm saying? It's been all type of violence and killing and murdering and stuff like that. They talked about it in the original songs. But what they did was the people that talked about it, once it became more popularized, now it became a glorification type of, you know what I'm saying? Now they want to use, as opposed to us just telling our story and what we see, now they want to glorify, I did this, I shot this one. If you ain't this, if you ain't did that, you know what I mean? And that just, it did make things worse, but it was already taking place before the music. And I probably went too far with that, but
No. You went right where you're supposed to go, because like I feel that, and like I say, a lot of the music that I listen to, or not even that I listen to, a lot of the music that is out right now is like, oh my god, it sounds like just like the same thing I was just listening to. Right. There is no message. There is no. It's not okay. It's not a beat. It's not a message, or it's one or the other. and I feel like when I was listening to Nas or Jay-Z or you go way back, they had something to say and it was relevant to what I was going through. Or like I tell people right now, like most of Jay-Z's music is like a soundtrack to my life.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right. Most of ours.
And we can relate to it, but like, you know, the worst drug that we had, like Tupac, he got Snoop Dogg, gin and juice, or you hear Tupac talk about Tanqueray, or you hear Dr. Dre, they talk about weed, but now it's like they own everything. They doing everything. everything.
It is. They make it cool to be like addicts.
They make it cool to be an addict. Yeah. They make it cool to be an addict. They make it cool to be a hoe. They make it cool. They make it cool. Everything is transactional
violent,
now.
Toxic. That's the new thing. Like
everything is transactional. Sex is transactional. Right. Love is transactional. A woman, if you want to do this, you got to do this. You got to give me this. Like, dang, like
revenge.
Yeah, man. And I got a daughter. You got a daughter. Like, no, you can't listen to that. Right. Let's go on over here and keep it PG, straight PG. G-rated. Right. We ain't doing none of that other stuff because they'll be more easy to be influenced. You know what I mean?
You know what? That brings me to something that I don't know if we would have covered, but I'm glad that I started doing Christian rap when I did, because, for example, if I would have had my daughter and I didn't switch over, I would be ashamed of playing my music for her.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's like famous artists right now that have songs that they do that they are like, they don't want their kids to hear it, but the world knows this song and is playing this song, and their own kid in their house, they got to cut it off. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't imagine I'm going out and I'm being celebrated for something, and then I come home and I got to cut it off. You know what I mean? Like
WAP.
Bro, you know what I'm saying?
I ain't going to drop no names, but y'all know the song WAP? Like, I couldn't be the one performing that song and then got to come home and read story time to my daughter.
Or my daughter, or I got a high school son. I couldn't imagine me doing a song talking about I'm dealing with this many girls, this many, you know what I'm saying? All of this wild stuff. And then my son and his friends, they talking about it, knowing that I'm married to his mom. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of artists, they're in relationships, but they're talking about stuff as if they're not in a relationship because, you know, for entertainment purposes. But how would my son feel? How would he look to his classmates? I'm talking about I'm Minaj this, and I got 4 chicks here, and I'm so glad I started Christian rapping when I did.
He said, I'm so glad.
My sons and my kids, my daughter knows the words to my songs. My sons, all 3 of them know the words to my songs, and I don't have to feel it proudly. You know what I'm saying? I don't have to worry about bleeping out curses. I can just play it, you know, I can play it in front of anybody.
That's what's up.
So I'm glad, you know, I turned that leaf over.
I'm glad you stopped in. I'm going to end this track on my other favorite song right here. And this one right here. Wait, hold on. Where is that? This is my track. This is my joint.
Shout out to everybody that's tuning in, too. We appreciate y'all.
Hey, I want to thank y'all for tuning in to Infinite TV 360, the podcast. That's our show. I'm sure my man P gonna stop in again. You know, this is gonna be a long road. It's just getting started, and thank you. Check this out.
Yeah. Had enough bad news for the day. Feeling like nothing goes your way. Hard to see the sun shining when the skies are gray. What more can I say? How much more can I pray? How long can I wait before it's just too late? Are you up there? I said, hey, are you up there? What am I doing wrong? This is not fair. I'm carrying all of this pain. This is too much to bear. Physically, I'm getting tired. Mentally, I'm just not here. Too ashamed to ask for help, but it ain't like nobody care. Y'all don't know how I actually feel. I guess I pop more of these pills. I just wanna be happy. Is that asking too much? No, really, I'm asking. All this time I've been masking what I'm going through, acting as if things are fantastic, when honestly it's been tragic. What does the word of God say? Any suggestions? Put on the garment of praise for the spirit of depression.
I can't give up right now. I know you'll come through some way, somehow. And even though my eyes can't see all the things you do for me, I'm a soldier on this war till you return.
Lord, hear their cries, I speak for the depressed. Depending on Zoloft, liquor and Percocets. I don't know addiction, but I know the hurt. The feeling of exhaustion and nothing seems to work. Lord, drive away the demons that's draining their spirit. The voices in their head, please make them no longer hear it. Even though it sounds familiar, that's Satan trying to kill you. Cast those thoughts down whenever they come around. Don't blame yourself for things you can't control. Maintain your health, let God uplift your soul. Complaining only makes your problems bigger. Endure your struggles, God ain't creating no quitters. We are more than conquerors through him that loved us. And to reign with Christ, we too shall suffer. There is not a thing his blood won't cover. By his stripes you're healed, God bless, I love you.
I can't give up right now. I know you'll come through some way, somehow. And even though my eyes can't see all the things you do for me, I'm a soldier on this war till you return. I can't give up right now. I know you'll come through some way, somehow. And even though my eyes can't see all the things you do for me, I'm a soldier on this war till you return. Till you return. I'm a soldier in this war till you return. Till you return. Till you return. Till you return.